Hello, Brian from Goodwin Racing with an intro to our Progress sway bars for the third generation Mazda MX5. I get folks who email me about the details all the time on these, and this gives me an opportunity to show you some of those details up close. This is a competitor's bar. Now, what is industry standard is they'll take the tubular bar and they'll simply squish it flat at the end and drill the hole. That's okay. It works pretty well for most people. Over time though, the harder drivers might actually start to, because this metal is a little thin here, they might actually start to widen this hole a little bit, simply with the wear of the end link in here. And over time you might not have a tight fit with your end link in there. So on our 2012 project car, my wife's car, which you can read about more in the forum, we developed with Progress the Progress sway bars. You'll notice here that instead of simply the pinched metal, you actually have a welded in, TIG welded in, solid end connector here. It's about 2-3 times as thick as what you get on the competing bars. And you'll see you've got 3 adjustment holes there. Tighter bar adjustment setting on the front will give you all other things equal, a little more understeer. Then there's a middle connection, and then there's a connection at the end here, which will be effectively less bar rate for the front, and all other things equal, that'll get you a little more oversteer. See our setting advice in our product description on the site. But what I wanted to show you here again was how stout this bar end is compared to any of the competition. Nobody gives you a welded in solid piece like that in this price range, or even at twice this price range. The other thing to look at is the brackets. This is a rather typical bracket for the industry. Simple bent piece of steel. Given the weight of a 2,300 pound car, there's a little bit of flex in this piece. It does fine, but there's a little bit of flex. So over time, for those who are racing the car or really putting a lot of hard driving on it, it is possible to break these over time. Metal fatigue can set in at the bends, and it can eventually crack. You'll see a little tear developing, and over time that may need to be replaced. Here's what you get in contrast with the Progress bar. You get a heavily gusseted TIG welded mount, which you can see is much more stout. If I hold these up side by side, there's no comparison. The Progress mount, several times stronger. You're never going to wear out the Progress mount. If you have any other questions about the Progress sways, contact us at goodwinracing.com or give us a call.